Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings today. We're so excited to have you again. Nnamdi Kanu has been finally released by the DSS, but you see the reason why he was being released. And that had been a long awaited expectation of the Biafrans and also of his family, considering his health condition. We're going to be looking at that in a jiffy, and also in a related development, a non or a pro-Biafra organization have sent a strong message out to all and sundry, especially as it has to do with the brouhaha between Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. Don't forget that a lot of people are standing with Simon Ekpa that he should not align with the demands of Nnamdi Kanu to end the 2 weeks sit at home. But right now, most people are taking their stand with Nnamdi Kanu. Don't forget that he sent a letter out to Simon Ekpa that he should immediately call off anything like sit at home. And unfortunately, Simon Ekpa decided to stand his ground that nothing like that will happen except Nnamdi Kanu will be released to come down to Finland to make the statement from Finland, just to show you that already factions have already started growing in the party. We're going to be looking at these two news in a jiffy, starting first with what the coalition of pro-Biafran group had to say. Now, according to the news, a coalition of pro-Biafran group on Sunday expressed shock on how anyone with Biafra blood running in his vein will contemplate for a continuation of the Monday sit at home and was still asking a region to sit at home for 2 weeks. The group also threw weight behind the order by the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, to end sit at home in the southeast region and urged government to go after the enforcers whom it described as criminals. The spokesperson of the coalition, Comrade Rita Anigbogu, who was former chief of staff to Nnamdi Kanu and ex-Nigerian coordinator on African IPOP, has also affirmed that the letter ordering a self-styled Biafra agitator, Simon Ekpa, to end sit at home with immediate effect was authored by IPOP leader. Flanked by leaders, Salvation People Biafra comrade Osita Chukwu Agbanarinam, Director of Education, the Biafra Mobilizer Initiative, Comrade Stella Chukuma, and the Founding Secretary General, Eastern People's Congress, Mazi Chukwuoji, Comrade Anigbogu, who doubles as the Director General of the Biafra Mobilizer Initiative and Deputy Chairman of the de facto customary government of Biafra, said Nnamdi Kanu was deliberate and sound in judgment in ordering an end to the syndrome destroying the Southeast and its economy. According to her, she said Nnamdi Kanu understand and rightly pointed out in the letter that sit at home has been counterproductive, a waste of time, resources, and energy, and indeed a self-enslavement that inflicts unnecessary hardship on our people and will continue to be so. We can't continue to drink poison and expect the enemies of our motherlands to die. Sit at home will only help to pillage our place, will make us kill one another and destroy our economy to the benefit of our neighbors and pleasure of our transducer. When Scotland talked about Brexit, the world listened and Britain quakes because Scotland has built herself into a formidable economy power. When Catalonia sneezes, the world listens and Spain catches cold because Catalonia is an economic superpower in that European country. The political leaders, even governors with the best intention, cannot do anything. Our GDP will continue to be decimated if we continue to throw away our Mondays to sit at home. You can imagine a group of people that throw away their Mondays. What about our brothers and sisters who are business people? We have our parents who depend on daily proceeds to feed their children. What about pregnant women that will go into labor on Mondays? They cannot be attended to in the hospital because we are sitting at home. What about our brothers and sisters that may have health emergency, maybe on Sunday night or on Monday, and they cannot access hospital? What if you have a life and they need for money and you cannot go to the bank? What about the children who may be writing examination? It beats our imagination that anyone with Biafran blood running in his vein would contemplate a continuation of the sit at home Monday sit at home, and was still asking a region to sit at home for 2 weeks. What is that person really working for? So we, the pro Biafran group of Enugu State Extraction, stands with Nnamdi Kanu as we collectively reject the sit at home. Let it end now. She said sit at home enforcers were anti-Igbo element and urge government to go after such criminals with every might and every resources at its disposal. On the authenticity of Kanu's letter, she said, I am here to confirm that the letter made public by Barrister Aloy Jofor actually emanated from Nnamdi Kanu, and I do so with every sense of honor and responsibility and in the name of Chukwokika Obiama. As most of you already know, I worked with Nnamdi Kanu for a very long time. For several years, I left my businesses in Lagos and moved to Enugu to join him when he was running Radio Biafra from Enugu State. I was the one who appointed Simon Ekpa, the Finland coordinator of IPOP back then. So, having known Nnamdi Kanu and having worked closely with him for several years, I know his style of writing, I know his handwriting, I know his language and command of English. The letter the barrister Ejima 4 presented to the press is very authentic and is from Nnamdi Kanu. Anyone claiming the otherwise is doing so for ulterior motive, which time and God will ultimately expose them. Meanwhile, in a related development, the Department of State Services (DSS) has released Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOP, to undergo an independent medical examination. Kanu's lead counsel, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, said the IPOP leader underwent a medical examination in an unnamed hospital in Abuja on Friday. According to a statement by Ejiofor, we are pleased to inform you that Oyendu Nnamdi Kanu made with his choice personal physician yesterday in a hospital in Abuja outside the facility of the State Security Services (SSS). As part of the protocol, I witnessed the consultation. The medical examination was seamless and productive, and Kanu will be progressing to the next stage soon. Kanu has since been incarcerated by the DSS since June 2021 when he was arrested and repatriated from Kenya. While in custody, Kanu repeatedly asked for independent medical examination of his health condition. Wow, this is really interesting, I must say. I think based on some of the points that this coalition for Pure Biafran group have listed, it sounds far more reasonable. I don't know why people are buying into this sit at home. It's strictly an opportunity for some miscreants to do whatever they like. And if you look at it intensely, you will realize that it is a serious disadvantage to the economy of the Ndibos. Now, first of all, they say something very interesting. In event of someone having a health emergency, and these are the people you are trying to protect. If everybody dies there, of what good would it be to you? Who would you be ruling? It makes no sense. Talked about the issue of examination. Who will liberate the place? Is it not people with academic intelligence that are the only people that will liberate that place? So if you end up, all the students, they end up failing all the exams, they cannot progress while you are somewhere there enjoying yourself. Haba. It's something that people just need to think twice. And it avails opportunity for some people to enjoy themselves. And I think that's why the Enugu state government is pushing really hard to see how they can control things, especially in their own area. However, I'm not there to judge. Let's look at